Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to October's monthly reset routine. It's actually been a few months since I've sat down and filmed a reset routine where we're not talking about finances, but we're talking about goal setting, books of the month, and honestly, I am so excited. I just have a really good feeling about the month of October. I said this in my September budget with me, but August was not the best month for me at all. A lot of you guys seem to agree. A lot of you guys said that August just wasn't the best personally, financially, and so for me, and I know a lot of you guys too, September was kind of that turnaround month where it's like your time to get it together before holiday season. I didn't really allow myself extra spending. I was having a no spend or a low spend month, and I didn't really focus on any of my other goals besides my financial goals just because I really wanted to achieve those. And so now that it's October, I'm filming this on October 1st, I'm just excited to focus on other things and just really have a good and balanced month. And like I said, I have a good feeling about October. I feel like September was kind of our turnaround month and it's leading to a bigger and better October. So comment down below if you agree with me. Like I said, I feel like we're kind of all ebbing and flowing together. We didn't have the best August. September was kind of the turnaround month, and I have a really good feeling for all of us for the month of October. So pull up your goal and habit tracker, your goal spreadsheets, because we're gonna start out with our goals first. And let's get started with our October monthly reset. Okay, you guys already know the drill. Let me pull up my goal and habit tracker, start my screen recording, and we're gonna actually start off with our September goals first, kind of go through the goals that I set, if I achieved any, and then I'll show you guys the new goals that I actually set for the month of October. I also have my laptop right here. That's what I keep looking at when I look down. I have it on a little table. I typically, if you guys watch my resets and my videos, you know I typically film these in the office, but I just needed a little switch up today, especially since I've been filming a lot of videos in there. And it's kind of nice just to sit on the couch and have more of a casual sit down chit chat reset video. So we're sitting on the couch. Okay, so this is my goal and habit tracker for the month of September. If you don't follow Press Reset or I on Instagram, you probably haven't seen that Press Reset actually just launched 2 new colors of the Ultimate Goal and Habit Tracker and the Ultimate Wealth Dashboard. If you are new here, Press Reset is my online business where I sell productivity and budgeting spreadsheets, but we just launched 2 new colors. So this is Warm Neutral. We also launched Cool Green, and we also have our original colorway, which is tan and navy. So I'm so excited about it. You guys are already loving the new colors. They just launched last week. But like I said at the beginning of this video, I really wasn't too worried about anything and any other goals besides my financial goals, just because when I start worrying about multiple goal categories at once, if I start worrying about health and wellness and personal goals and financial goals and business goals and social media goals, it's just too much for me, and everything kind of starts to slip, and I end up achieving a lot less than when I kind of really focus on 1, 2, or even 3 main categories. And for me, September was a month that I really needed to have a low spend or a no spend month. I know this isn't my budget with me, but I'm basically saying that to say that I'm actually happy with my goal progress this month. With a lot of these goals not being a priority, you can see I set 11 goals, I achieved 7, so I actually ended up achieving about 64% of them. For my personal goals, I wanted to read 2 books, which I did. I'll go over that in the book section of this video. They're both really good. I would recommend them both, so we'll talk about that here in a second. Wellness goals are pretty much the same every month. You guys know this. You guys have probably already seen these before, just because health and wellness is the hardest category for me to stay consistent with. So if it is not on my goal and habit tracker, this will slip. So I try to kind of keep the same health and wellness goals every month. Go to the gym 5 days a week. I did do this, and take my vitamins daily. I did do this as well. So I set 3 wellness goals and I ended up achieving 2, which, like I said, I'm pretty happy with that. For my financial goals, I set 2 and I achieved both of them. So I wanted to have a successful low spend month and focus on intentional spending. This is kind of a spoiler for my budget with me because this video is going to be uploaded first, but I will go over the details and more of my actual spend in my October budget with me. Business goals, I wanted to launch 2 new colors for Press Reset, which I did do. I wanted to launch 1 new product for Press Reset, which I didn't technically do. Instead of a new product, I actually came out with the Ultimate Wealth Dashboard 2.0. So once again, this is kind of a spoiler for the budget with me, but it's not technically a new product, so I didn't count it as that. But I have been working for about a month on upgrading the dashboard. So it's I achieved this 50% of the way. I opened 1 brand direct wholesale account. This is for our Amazon business, and I did do that. So set 3, achieved 2. Once again, pretty happy with that. Social media was a bad month for social media. I did so bad this month on uploading, you guys. I only uploaded 2 videos. I think 2 or 3 videos during the month of September, which is absolutely like not okay. Scrolling down here, we can see our goals set versus achieved, the goals distribution. We also have the daily habit tracker, which a lot of these habits, once again, are the same every single month. So I wanted to go to the gym 20 times. I did that exactly. So I did go to the gym 20 times. I wanted to take my vitamins daily. I ended up taking them 28 times, which to be honest is close enough for me. So I'm going to count that as that was the goal that I achieved. I wanted to upload 4 YouTube videos. I ended up uploading 2. And yeah, everything else kind of slipped. I did do pretty good about drinking my water, but everything else was just like not the best. I wasn't really too strict about it. So I feel like October, like I said, is gonna be much better in terms of goal and habits. And then the last thing before we actually move over to October goals is my monthly reflection. So in September, I felt like I did really well at focusing on a good routine. So I was pretty consistent in the gym, pretty consistent at eating healthy. I did do pretty well at health and wellness for the amount that I worked. I know it doesn't seem like that just because I didn't really focus on content creation and social media as much, but just working on 3 businesses at once, it can get a little overwhelming. And typically when I get really busy with my work, my health and wellness kind of starts to slack. I don't really eat healthy, but this month I actually did really good at making sure I was cooking at home, going to the gym, and also, you know, balancing my work with that. And I think a lot of that has to do with my no spend or low spend month, just because I did eat out a lot less. And so I really felt like that helped my health and wellness routines too. Okay, moving over to October, I did actually go ahead and set my goals for the month of October. October for us is going to be a bit of a weird month just because we are also moving during the month of October, which I cannot wait for. I am so excited to move and have a new and fresh space. However, I know that it's gonna kind of throw me out of my routine. I know that some things are gonna slip a little bit, and that's okay. So I wanna make sure that I'm preparing for that as much as possible by setting realistic goals for myself that can be achieved during this moving process. I did set 10 goals for myself, and we'll start over here with our personal goals. So I do wanna read 2 books again. I wanna read Love on the Brain and The Silent Patient, which I will go over those, like I said, in the book section of this video. I want to do one thing out of my comfort zone. This maybe isn't the best goal actually to set during like a busy month of moving, but I do want to start incorporating this monthly, just doing one thing out of my comfort zone. And I realized that after college, there has been very few times where I've actually felt this. I'll let you guys know if I do achieve this, what that actually was, but I do want to do that. And I want to declutter our apartment before we move, just because we do have a lot of things that we need to move, and I want to get rid of as much as possible so that way we don't have to move it. Wellness goals, I have go to the gym 5 days a week. I'm actually going to lower this to 4 days a week just because, like I said, I know with moving and trying to film more, I just know it's going to be a busy month. So I'm going to say 4 times a week. And I also want to do a good job of eating a balanced diet during the moving process. For my financial goals, I actually did not set any this month just because since September was very financial heavy, I just wanted to kind of take a break during the month of October. I will still set a budget. I would just rather, you know, focus on enjoying the moving process and working on myself, you know, personally and our business as well. For business goals, I have a $100,000 month on Amazon. This is revenue, not profit. We are kind of going into the end of the year and holiday season, and typically, as with most inventory-based businesses, you know, during the holiday season, your revenue picks up, so your profit picks up. So I would like to have a bigger sales month on Amazon this month. I want to maybe finish the Press Reset website. I am in the process of moving our website. I still want it to look the same, but I want to move the Press Reset website from one platform to another. And that is just such a time-consuming and tedious process that I do not want to deal with. In the long run, it will be better to have it on this new platform. And the last section that I have is social media goals. I ended up splitting up my business goals and my social media goals, so that way it just wasn't all lumped together. I could be more specific about the goals and the category of those goals. So if you guys do have this template or you want this template, all of these are customizable. All you have to do is just click on it and just type whatever you want in here. So you can always customize it to whatever goal category that you want it to. And I want to hit 17,000 on YouTube, which this is a stretch since we're almost at 16,000, but I've been feeling the momentum. I feel like we're growing, our community's growing, and I'm so excited about it that I feel like maybe we can maybe hit 17,000. So if you aren't subscribed, no pressure, but I also have learned how to color grade better. It's almost like a filter on your video. I like to do more of like the orange and teal colors. So I'll actually take the color grade off of this clip right here so that way you guys can see the natural color of the camera. And with the color grade on, this is what it looks like. So in my opinion, there's a big difference, and a lot of high quality video editing does use color grading just because it can really enhance the colors and just, you know, make it look a little bit more cinematic. And I also want to upload 3 TikToks. So these are my goals for the month of October. Definitely very achievable, like I said, for, I guess, what's coming up in my life for the month. I think that's such an important part of goal setting and with budgeting. Really just looking forward at the month, seeing what you have coming and setting realistic goals and expectations for yourself. Otherwise, you're just gonna set yourself up for failure. The only thing that that does is discourage you. So like I said, I would rather set less or just more realistic goals that aren't as big and achieve them. Still goals that push you out of your comfort zone, but are still goals that you know that you can achieve if you just really, you know, stick to it and stay disciplined. So these are my goals for the month of October. And then for my daily habit tracker, pretty much the same habits as I had last month. I have go to the gym, take my vitamins. I want to upload 5 YouTube videos this month. I want to upload 4 Instagram pictures, read for an hour, and drink my 120 ounces of water. And then my to-do list, I just have a few to-dos here too. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my October goals and the goal section of this video. Like I said in the intro, comment down below one goal or intention that you have during the month of October. I would love to hear your guys' goals. Anyways, moving on to the last section of this October monthly reset routine, we're gonna end it off with a books of the month. So first, let's talk about the books that I read during the month of September. I also just recently made a Goodreads, which I had no idea. I said this in my last vlog, how nice the app was. I have so many good book recommendations already, and it's completely free. So if you guys are interested in reading and books, definitely make a Goodreads. And if you guys already have one, I will have my friend request link in the description box down below. Send me a friend request on there and we can be friends on Goodreads, and you guys can stay up to date with kind of like what I'm reading and my thoughts on it in real time throughout the month. I'm not going to give too many spoilers on these, but I am going to give my thoughts on them. So if you guys haven't read them and you don't want to hear my thoughts, skip past this to my October reads. But I'm going to start off with Happy Place by Emily Henry. So honestly, initially, I really couldn't get into it. I didn't really like the back and forth between past and present tense, and it just, I don't know. But I've heard so many good things about it, and everyone that I've seen that has read it has said nothing but good things. So I decided that no matter what, I was gonna read it all the way through, and I'm so glad that I did, because I think it was around page 200. It was around halfway. I think it got so much better. I stayed up until like 2 o'clock in the morning one night reading this. I've not done that even for a Colleen Hoover book. I did end up really liking it. The only thing that I have to say about this that's not the best is, one, it's a little bit slower at the beginning. And 2, I just felt like the relationship between Wynn and Harriet was a little bit unrealistic, just in the sense of their communication skills. Like, they were together for 8 entire years, and I just feel like they didn't communicate very well. And being in a 10-year relationship, I mean, that's pretty close to that. I just feel like after being in a relationship for that long, I know, like, in my situation, I would be a lot more vocal and open and honest, especially as Harriet, than she was. And I know not everyone's the same, but I just feel like after being in a relationship for 8 years, the communication was a little unrealistic. It kind of felt like they were together for like a year or two, not 8 years. Other than that though, I feel like it was a really good book. It was an easy read. It was cute. It's not my top 5 or anything, but it was still a good book to add to the collection. So I'm happy I read it. Next we have The Housemaid, and I am so frustrated with this book, you guys. This book started off so strong. I could not wait to read it. I was really into it. It was like one of the best books that I had read in a long time. And then at the point where it switches perspective, I won't say anything more than that in case there's anyone watching who wants to read it, but there's a point where it switches perspective, and I feel like from that point on, the writing and the quality of writing just went downhill quickly. The ending could have been so much better for how well written the first half of the book was. Most of the book is really good, but the way it wraps it all up is just, it wasn't my favorite. So comment down below if you guys have read this and if you agree with me. It was so good and then it let me down. So I don't know. I'd probably give, I forgot to rate Happy Place. I would give Happy Place probably a 4 out of 5, and I would probably give this, I would give this one a 3.5 or 4 out of 5. If the ending was good, I would give it a 5 out of 5. It was, like I said, such a good book, but the ending was disappointing. This one started out slow and had a much better ending. So it's like both good books. I'd recommend them. If you guys like reading, I would recommend them both. However, they're not my favorite, but I'm glad that I read them, if that makes sense. Okay, moving on to our October reads. I want to read 2 books. So the first one is The Silent Patient. I think I tried to read this time last year. I said I was gonna start it. I got to page 52 on this last year. I literally got this almost a year ago exactly. I just really couldn't get into it, but so many of you guys told me that it was such a good book just to give it a little bit more time. And so I know I'm a little late to the party. This book was really popular last year, but since it's October, I figured the time of year was very fitting. I thought I would give it another chance. I did like the switch up in romance, and so it would be nice to have, you know, not such a lovey-dovey spicy book mixed in there. So I am going to read this. I also have Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. I was gonna read this during August, I think, but I needed a break from the romance. If you read so many romances in a row, then you guys already know it's like they're so predictable, like in the best way possible. Sometimes we need that. Sometimes I like predictable. I like the spiciness, but every once in a while, I'm like, I need something with some suspense where I don't know what's gonna happen or how it's gonna play out. So that's why I kind of put this one on the back burner, and I'm bringing it back out for the month of October. And I'm really excited to read it. I love Ali Hazelwood. I've read The Love Hypothesis and Love Theoretically. Both really good books, and this is, I think, her third kind of book in that universe of characters. So I'm excited to read that. So these are my 2 books for the month of October. We have a little bit of a thriller and some romance. So I feel like it's a good balance. Anyways, I think that wraps up our October monthly reset routine. I have been sitting here talking for almost 2 hours now. So I can only imagine how long this video is gonna end up being. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and sitting down and resetting and just planning for the month of October. Like I said, I have a good feeling about this month. I think it's gonna be a really good month for all of us. And it's kind of the start of the best time of year in my opinion. With fall, it kind of starts the holiday season. We have Halloween, and I'm just excited and ready for a fresh month. But anyways, once again, thank you guys so much for sitting down and resetting with me. If you are new here, make sure to like this video and subscribe down below, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.